Hello and welcome to Nation at 9. I'm Saurav Sanyal and let's get started with our top debate at this hour. Can the discontent and turmoil in the valley be crushed with an iron fist? Or does it require a holistic approach of outreach and development? The ideologically divergent allies in Jammu and Kashmir agree that a multi-pronged effort needs to be made. To counter the Pakistan propaganda in the valley, the centre is preparing a multi-communication strategy which involves radio, TV and social media to bring the youth back to mainstream India. Even Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti will be reaching out with her own version of Mann Ki Baat. Meanwhile, the BJP has sent its president to take stock of the ground situation in the valley and find a lasting solution. As NDA opens up all fronts, is it game up for the Pak appeasers and the agents?
These are young men in South Kashmir, trained to kill. This is a terror camp where they are indoctrinating them and spewing hatred against India. Meanwhile, the central government makes a concerted effort to reach out to the youth and to quell the dissent. BJP air-dashed its president to Kashmir on a two-day visit to find a concerted effort to reach out to the youth and to quell the dissent. BJP air-dashed its president to Kashmir on a two-day visit to find a lasting solution.
Bharatiya Janata Party President Amit Shah has arrived in Jammu on a two-day visit of Jammu and Kashmir state. Soon after his arrival in Jammu, he has started holding meetings with the BJP leadership. It's believed that Amit Shah would also try to sort out the differences with its governance partner, PDP.
Cutting across the regions, not only in Jammu region but also in Kashmir Valley and Ladakh, the party's base must be expanded and we should work hard to bring justice to all the people.
Meanwhile, a monthly talk show with Chief Minister Mufti is being planned along the lines of Mann Ki Baat.
It is a very well conceived and a brilliant endeavor. At the end of the day, people trust a leader who has been voted in power.
But the opposition scoffs at Mufti's Mann Ki Baat, calling it a tamasha.
Now this is a new tamasha that the INV ministry is now planning to have one of the most unpopular leaders of Jammu and Kashmir to come and speak to the people of Kashmir.
Right now, I believe that Mehbooba ji is only a tool in the hands of BJP to totally misinterpret whatever is happening, to change the situation in Kashmir.
Experts appreciate the outreach but are skeptical of its success.
The connect between Modi and his constituents is a chalk and cheese contrast between Mehbooba's connect with her constituents.
She has a very difficult task, Mehbooba Mufti. She is the elected representative of the people, therefore she represents the general sentiments of the Kashmiri people.
The viewpoints are not being communicated in that sense. Only negative viewpoints have taken the dominance. This is the alarming point in Kashmir.
As NDA opens up all fronts, is it game up for agents and appeasers? With Arish Bilal, Bureau Report, NewsX.
And the big questions that we are debating tonight, will the INB Ministry's microscopic outreach plan for Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti be effective to blunt the Pakistan propaganda? Can Mehbooba Mufti's Mann Ki Baat help get Kashmir back on track? Amit Shah is now on a two-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir. What message is the BJP looking to drive home? And so, is this the beginning of a new political arithmetic in the state? New permutation and combinations in the offing? And to debate the big story tonight, I am now joined by an eminent panel. Sushil Pandit, co-founder of Roots in Kashmir, joins us from the Noida studios. I'm also joined by Dr. Subramaniam Swamy, Rajya Sabha MP and senior leader of the BJP from Delhi. Dr. Ajay Kumar, national spokesperson of the Congress, also joins us on the broadcast from Delhi. Lieutenant General Raj Kadian, former Deputy Chief of Army Staff, joins us on the broadcast from Delhi. We are also now joined by Aga Syed Ruhullah, Chief Spokesperson of the National Conference from Srinagar, and Saira Shah Halim, activist, joins us from Kolkata. But let's get started with the debate at the, which is the top of the hour. The first question now, coming to a neutral voice at the beginning of the debate. Sushil Pandit, coming to you. The big question now, will the INB Ministry's microscopic outreach plan that it has laid out for Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti, is this then an effective tool that would be able to blunt the Pakistan propaganda?
See, it's in the future for us to figure out later what happens, but this is not a one-size-fit-all kind of measure. There is a chemistry that works through such issues. You cannot pick up something that has worked for somebody else in some other environment, in some other context, and try and replicate it in the context of Jammu and Kashmir. Mehbooba Mufti has alienated her constituents. Mehbooba Mufti has, through a series of measures, messed up Jammu and Kashmir ever since her party got into a coalition with BJP on 1st of March 2015.
So, Mr. Pandit, you're pinning the blame on Mehbooba Mufti and you're saying that she has misgoverned Kashmir, so to say. But the PDP is running the government in Kashmir with the BJP. Let me get in Dr. Subramaniam Swamy into the broadcast now. Dr. Swamy, would you like to respond to the charges, the grave charges that are now leveled against Mehbooba Mufti?
Well, first of all, I welcome the proposal for her to speak directly to the public through the Doordarshan and the radio, All India Radio. And I think transparency is the most important thing that Kashmir needs. And she should come out and state very clearly what her views are, because I have very serious concerns about her commitment to make the BJP PDP alliance succeed, because she has had in the past close links with the militant elements. I'm not saying with terrorist elements, but militant elements, and her speeches here and there reported are ambiguous. So this radio broadcast would be an excellent way for her to retool her image. And we would like to give her another, at least people like me would like to give her another chance, in the sense this alliance is a good thing because it represents the complete spectrum.
But sir, you mentioned, you just raised a very, very pertinent point. You said that you openly said that on the debate just now, that you believe that she did have links with militant elements, though you tried to differentiate between militant elements and the terrorists. But on that note, let me bring in the national conference really into the broadcast now. Aga Syed Ruhullah, if you could just react to that. Dr. Swamy has been very candid and very open, representing BJP's point of view. But the fact is that questions are now being raised about the BJP and the PDP government which is running Jammu and Kashmir. So who would you really blame for this? Because today is a day when Amit Shah has already landed in Jammu and Kashmir on a 2-day visit, and an intensive strategy has been chalked out for Mehbooba Mufti to ensure that she can reach out to people at large.
I blame both BJP and PDP, and primarily PDP, because they have given in to the ideology of BJP and to their might. They have completely surrendered before RSS-driven BJP. And that's why we are seeing this mess in Kashmir. Today, Amit Shah was so arrogant to say that we are not going to talk and nation is a priority. I fail to understand whether nation is minus Jammu and Kashmir for them. If Jammu and Kashmir is burning, it's such a grave issue. It's not given priority. If you want to save your nation, then you should feel a part of our nation is burning. Then on priority, you should think about it and engage people for a better good. Having said that, this government, BJP and PDP, is run by the arrogance from New Delhi, and they are driven by the ideology of a certain section of a certain faith. Mehbooba Mufti has lost credibility. Her mann ki baat before it starts has lost credibility because she, during the elections in 2014, said she would never go with BJP, and she's asking for the votes to keep BJP away. And rest is history.
But sir, when it comes to the national conference, is it really right to take a moral high ground? Because if we look at the statements, sir, that have been made by National Conference Chief Farooq Abdullah, how would you interpret the statements? And if I could just, for the benefit of our viewers, I would just like to quote as to what he had said. And he had said, "I want to tell Modi Sahab that tourism is our life, no doubt about that, but stone pelter has nothing to do with terrorism." And he went on to say that the separatists essentially are picking up stones, and they will continue to do so since it is something that is rightfully due to them.
That's precisely true, because you are now seeing the entire population or the majority section of the population in anger. Now, for the last week or so, we see the students, female students coming in the streets.
I will have to interject over here at a time when the government of India is trying, at a time when the government of India is trying to ensure the normalcy can be brought back to the valley. When we saw that, multiple high-level meetings taking place and a package was rolled out for development of Kashmir at that point in time when the government is making a concerted attempt to get Kashmir back on track. Here we see statements coming in from Farooq Abdullah, and he's siding with separatists, sir. So aren't you striking a discordant note?
We have been saying time and again. We have been saying time and again that Kashmir is not
with separatists, sir. So aren't you striking a discordant note?
We have been saying time and again. We have been saying time and again that Kashmir is not a financial or economical issue. It's a political issue. It needs a political outreach. And having said that, BJP and PDP government has failed till now to deliver on the front of the economic
even if for the sake of argument, even if I agree with what you are saying that the BJP and the PDP government has failed, in fact, I would like to bring in Dr. Swami on that once again. But the point is that the line that you have now chosen, the line that Farooq Abdullah has chosen now, where he's completely siding with separatists, he's essentially, instead of trying to abet the situation on the ground, what he's doing is he's adding fuel to the fire.
It's not siding with the separatists. It's not siding with the separatists. It's the writing on the wall that we see in the valley today. The entire population is in anger. A large section of the society is coming out.
And you are adding fuel to that fire.
Exactly.
You are adding fuel to that fire.
Male students, and we are not fanning this. We are not fanning this. This is being fanned by BJP, PDP, and the security forces. You kill each and every day. You kill men on the streets.
Election Commission should have sent a notice to him and disqualified him for fanning communal fires in order to win an election.
Who kills the men? Who is adding fuel to the fire? You need to understand.
Farooq Abdullah is adding fuel to the fire.
Sir, can you justify on national television? Can you justify, sir, on national television? Can you stand by the statement that Farooq Abdullah has made of late? What message is he trying to send across? Dr. Swami, would you like to come in?
Well, I think Farooq Abdullah has lost all hope of now being a national figure because he's not been a serious politician. He's been in hibernation, and now he's trying to ride on the back of the extremist sentiments. It happens sometimes, but I don't think one needs to take.
Dr. Swami is seeing everyone in his own prism.
Taken seriously,
his own reflection. That's not true.
All right, I have a right to. I have a right to, and please let me say what I have to, and you can say what you like. But I would say this, that the resolve in Delhi is that no matter what price we have to pay, no matter how far we have to go, how strong an action we have to take, we will not yield an inch of Kashmir, including that part which is today an illegal occupation of Pakistan.
Right, Dr. Swami, on that note, let me quickly bring in the Congress. Let me get in a Congress point of view over here, because the Congress and the NC have had a long-standing relationship. So if we just look at this statement, if we try to understand what Dr. Farooq Abdullah has been trying to say, the message that he's trying to send across by siding with stone pelters, people who pelt stones at the idea of the state of India, how does the Congress really view the situation on the ground? Will they still back the NC and Farooq Abdullah?
First of all, Saurabh, you need to do your homework a little better. The NC was also an ally with the Bharatiya Janata Party, and you seem to have a bad bout of amnesia. Second issue is when you
That
say
is
that
your
the government
interpretation,
is
sir.
making concerted...
That is your interpretation. We are talking
No,
facts over here.
It is not my interpretation. Can I complete? The first question is, please get your facts. Please get your facts. Was the NC with BJP? So don't start making statements, without checking it up.
Sir, the basic question is, so why are you getting on the defensive? The basic question is that, the Congress party, where does the Congress party really stand, sir, when it comes to NC?
Saurabh, when, either you have the courtesy to let the person speak or you run the show. You call me, so let me speak. And please have the courage to hear what I'm saying.
No, please
go ahead.
Why
does the anchor have to say... why does an anchor have to say the concerted efforts of the government? What is the concerted efforts? Have the from 65% voting in 2014, it has come to 9% voting. Is that a concerted effort? 185 police security men have died, hundreds of civilians have died. Is that a concerted effort? So the question is, when as an anchor, when you start propagating man ki baat, pehle to dung ki baat aur kaam ki baat kijiye. Man ki baat has become a major initiative. You tell me from 65% voting in 2014, in 2002 you couldn't get rooms in Srinagar, tourism was at peak till 2014, and suddenly you say government is making concerted efforts.
So what really has changed, sir, between these 2 years? What really has changed, sir? If you could just help us understand your point of view.
So now you can listen to me. Because the government has miserably failed. The government has miserably failed. And look at the number of, you're an intelligent anchor, you tell me the number of police security men who has been killed has been the highest after 2008, the highest number of ceasefire violations. The Modi government has failed. And then you're telling me that Kashmir is safe. And Subramanian Swamy Saab, Dr. Subramanian Swamy will say, we won't give an inch. No Indian government has ever will they ever give an inch. It is not the BJP who is going to say we won't give an inch. Every Indian government has said it. The question again is, with that, do you have to make sure that the people of Kashmir, because no land without its people is a land of, it's not a geographical area. Apart from geography, it is also the people. So why is the government failing? Why aren't those hard questions being asked? And then suddenly on a TV channel you say कि यार दूरदर्शन में एक गाना मन की बात महबूबा मुफ्ती जी शुरू कर लेंगे तो कश्मीर का जनता खुश हो गया. I mean, is that the level to which journalism and
well, we are not here. We are not here, sir. It's a civil debate. Let's keep it a civil debate. Let me bring in someone who's been observing Kashmir very, very closely, Mr. Pandit. Talking of Farooq Abdullah, I can clearly see the tempers are running high. But just he had once said that all separatists should be jailed and Pakistan should be bombed. And the same man suddenly changes completely and it does a complete U-turn and there is no defense whatsoever as is coming in from the NC. Like, as someone who has really observed Kashmir very, very closely, sir, how would you react to this U-turn?
You see, Farooq Abdullah has been a man of several U-turns. What Dr. Ajay Singh was pointing to when he was in cohabitation with BJP, he was in his patriotic avatar. Those days he was not used to giving such statements. Perhaps the company he keeps sometimes allows him to go astray. And today you know in whose company he is. And it is not just him. The kind of people Congress is admitting into its fold. The person who resigned from Srinagar Lok Sabha seat, because of which the by-election is happening, is Tariq Hamid Karra. You know what he said while resigning? He said, India is committing a genocide of Muslims in Kashmir. And lo and behold, Congress admits the man like him into the fold. Likewise, Saifuddin Soz, in the company of the former foreign minister of Pakistan in India International Center just a week ago, said, for Kashmir's problem, it is not Pakistan but India is to be blamed. Now, these are the statements that come from likes of Farooq Abdullah, who is an ally, but the people who are part of Congress, such as Saifuddin Soz and Tariq Hamid.
So let me ask you a question.
When
Mehbooba Mufti had an alliance linkage with the militants, you form a government with the BJP. BJP forms a government with Mehbooba Mufti, they are very good. When she's got connections with militants, very good. Mr. Pandit, learn to be honest. When Mehbooba Mufti's got linkage with militant, unke godi mein BJP
criticized in strongest terms, but you cannot hide behind her failings and continue to do what is harmful for India.
Dr. Ajay, so don't be double standard.
Dr. Ajay, no double standard.
I think, Dr. Ajay,
No double standard.
let us try to get some sanity back into
No
the
double
debate.
standards.
Let me try and get in two different perspectives
nonsense.
now. As
No,
people
look at
who
the
have
nonsense,
been
Mr.
intrinsically a
Mehbooba
part,
speaking.
Ms.
When
Pandit, I'll
Mehbooba
just come.
Mufti is sitting with the BJP, suddenly she
Now
becomes
that-
kosher.
Now I would like to bring in now I can very clearly
come on,
see that the
Mr.
tempers
Pandit.
really are
Come
running
on,
very
no
high on this
integrity.
debate. But
No
let me
integrity,
bring in
sir.
General
Of course
Qadian,
not.
General Raj Qadian, as a defense
Come on, bring
expert.
some
Let me bring in
integrity
General
to
Raj
the discussion.
Qadian. I would just request you just to stay on for a bit. General Raj Qadian, if I could bring you in. You have been patiently hearing to the discourse that has been going on in this debate now. We are talking of the government of India's outreach program on one way. It might, it may not yield results, that only time will tell. But then there are divergent political views which are coming to the fore. But being a defense man, being someone who's worked closely with the defense establishment, what really do you feel is the need of the hour rather? What should be done on a proactive basis by the government of India and the armed forces?
First, 3 points on what is being discussed so far. We must realize it is a national problem. Kashmir is not a party problem. It's not a BJP or a Congress or a PDP or National Conference problem. Second part I want to make is that it is a compulsion of democracy that every political speech has a high content of opportunism in that. That having been said, it is very unfortunate, disappointing that a person of Farooq Abdullah's standing, who has held very responsible position in the Indian government and also has been Chief Minister of State, this statement coming out from is rather disappointing. Third point, the panelists mentioned that every Kashmiri is involved in soul painting. I think that assumption is a little overdrawn. Not every Kashmiri is involved. When you have the army recruitment, thousands of youth line up to get into the Indian army.
Exactly.
When you have the army recruitment, thousands of youth line up to get into the Indian army. I don't
Exactly.
think their heart is in stone pelting. Maybe they are working on somebody's signal under some compulsion.
And that
Now
is very, very
your
clear, isn't
question
it,
is
General
what should
Qadian?
be
We
done.
know at whose
I
signals
think
they are
we
working
need to
really,
follow
where
it
Pakistan is
by
actually waging a proxy war against India, and they are using Kashmir essentially as a kind of a platform to carry out the nefarious designs. Let me bring in activist Saira Shah Halim into the broadcast now. Saira is someone who's been watching Kashmir very, very closely. She has been to Kashmir on multiple occasions, delivered lectures over there, interacted with people over there. Saira, if I could bring you in, this discourse, unfortunately, as General Qadian said, it is a problem and we have to admit the problem. But in the end, as we are seeing now, it ends up becoming a fight between the Congress, the PDP, the NC and all the other political players in the spectrum. And that possibly is the biggest problem now. Is that what you feel?
See, now we are making Kashmir into a political issue. Like we said, we have seen an ascent of turbulence since 2014. I mean, look at what my co-panelists said. Okay, now the polling, the polling percentage has been reduced to 6%, and now the repolling has been further reduced to 3%. Now, doesn't it signal something pertinent that we need to take stock of? That people do not have faith anymore. They don't have faith in us as Indians, that they can come out of their homes and go and exercise their franchise.
I think there is a fear psychosis, Saira. There is a fear psychosis. The narrative is being woven around this fear psychosis.
There is a fear psychosis.
Let me bring in Dr. Swami once again into this. Dr. Swami, would you like to respond? Now, do you buy this argument at all?
Sajad Loan, when he joined the BJP, suddenly the BJP became a kosher party, is it?
Let me bring in Dr. Swami on this broadcast. Dr. Swami, would you like to respond?
Just ask Mr. Pandit, Sajad Loan joining BJP.
I will get in Mr. Pandit also, but first I would like to bring in Dr. Swami into this. Dr. Swami, this narrative of fear psychosis and this percentage that is now being tom-tommed about, it's been talked about, that how the polling percentage has really gone down, that is a reflection that people have lost faith in us as in the Indian state. Is that a right premise?
Obviously not. The people have been too scared. We also have party workers in the whole of Kashmir, and they have been talking to us. There is an atmosphere of fear because actually our policy of being conciliatory, BJPs, has been wrong. We should have cracked down in the very beginning. This decision to talk to various people is unnecessary unless they accept the Constitution of India. And that is what is the course correction now we want. And that's what I think the BJP is planning, according to my information. So I agree with the whole deterioration that has taken place from 2014 to today. But that's got to do with the fact that our policies have been very soft. We have to be now much harder. We can't allow our army people to be treated by kicking and stone throwing. We have to retaliate, and we have to retaliate in a deterrent way, in a way by which it deters future such misbehavior.
Can I come in here? Can I come in here?
Yeah, we are running completely out of time, so quick closing comments there. Saira.
No, what do you mean that we have to take out harsher steps? Now, don't we think that we need a resolution to the ongoing crisis here? So you mean to settle issues, we need to take sterner steps by what? By further killings of people?
Now, Mr. Pandit, one quick last comment from you.
Or should we have another all-party meeting?
The point that has been raised over here, very pertinent points really have come up. Mr. Pandit, quick closing comment from you.
Yeah, till last I checked, Dr. Ajay, Sajjad Lone has not joined BJP, he still runs his own party. Be that as it may, I do not approve of their association at all, unless he completely swears off separatism.
Partner, but he's not with the BJP. No, what are you talking? The Sajjad Lone is supporting BJP, but he's not with BJP.
Yeah, supporting BJP and not joined BJP. Tariq Hamid Karra has been inducted into Congress. But that's another issue
don't
altogether.
Speak with forked tongue. I mean,
I think in the end, gentlemen, and, as it really stands now, it's a classic case of the pot calling the kettle black. You know, this is where it really all leads to. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on this broadcast. It was great having you on the show, because this is a story that we'll keep tracking in the days to come as well. But time now to shift our big